What is going on, guys? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com. Glad to be here for another week. Let's see who is going to enter into the live stream this week. Really appreciate you guys continue to support the channel. And as people come in, as always, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Everything looks good, sounds good. All right, we have a few people joining in. Let me go ahead and add something down here in the comment section. All right, guys, as we come in, all right, see some guys already coming in here, see some very familiar names, some guys that have always supported the channel. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate that. All right, let's see who we have coming in so far. All right, looks like first to step up is Desean Peck. Like the new hat. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I kind of like that. What do you think about it, guys? Got the new logo on there. Wanted you guys to check it out. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. One of the subscribers actually came, I just gave them a rough draft of what I had in mind for this logo, and they took off with it from there. A lot of you guys may know who this person is, Joshua B. Fishing. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. Yeah, so he definitely supports the channel, helped me out with the logo, got everything up and running, and he has some great content on his website. On his YouTube channel regarding the Mega Live system. He is a kayak fisherman, but he has some great content on there, so make sure you guys check him out. All right, let's see who else we have coming in here. So we have Desean Peck. All right, we have, see if this can catch up with me. Okay, Mark Scott. All right, Mark Scott, I think you are actually from my Instagram. Appreciate you dropping in. Hopefully I'll be able to pull you up and get some feedback from you a little bit later. All right. Yeah, I see a lot of guys coming from the Instagram. All right, guys, let me know. Can you still hear me okay? Everything looks good, sounds good. All right. Let's see who else we have coming up. We have Thomas. Sounds good. All right. Needs watches. Stopping in to check out a little bit of fishing information. Really appreciate you supporting the channel. All right. We still have a few people coming up. All right. Let's see who else we have in here. So for today's show, guys, I don't think it's really going to be that long. It's really just to kind of get some feedback as far as how you guys have been doing on the water. What did you do this weekend? Did anybody fish any tournaments? Did you guys have any good results out there? Good results, bad results? Let's just kind of share some information. If anybody wants to step up with some bragging rights, we can go ahead and do that too. Okay, let's see. We have some more people coming in. All right, we have Jonah Wilson. This is Charles from way up north. Got Mega Live installed, took it to the lake, and I am happy. Thanks for the help. Really appreciate that. Glad we could help out because we are kind of a team here, guys. Everybody's getting here together on the MoneyBass Network, trying to make things happen. All right, so we still have some guys coming into the live stream. Let's see who else we have here. All right, Needs Watches says, all right, that hat is fire. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is really just the first rendition of it. So it is looking pretty good. I like it. I like it. Is that merch for sale? I'm working on it. So if you guys are interested in getting some merchandise with the logo and things like that on there to continue to support the channel, put that in the comments also. Just let me know what you guys think. All right, and I forgot to bring up Jonah Wilson's. Let's see. So this was Jonah Wilson's comment right here. This is Charles from way up north, got Mega Live, and I am happy, man. Thanks for the help. I always appreciate that. I always appreciate some feedback to see how guys are doing out there on the water. All right, and we have Chauncey Davis is joining us again. So Chauncey has been a long time supporter of the channel. Really, really appreciate that. And guys, the Patreon is a work in progress. So if you guys want to support the channel, there's 3 different tiers on that. You can take a look at it. Content will be continually flowing into that. And with that Patreon, we're going to just have some more in-depth information as far as the Mega Live system, just different techniques and things like that out on the water. And then we'll just have some private live streams where the guys that are actually in the Patreon will get together, just discuss whatever topics that you guys want to talk about. Maybe it's helping you out with something with your particular lake that you're on, a tournament that's coming up, different lures, or especially electronics. All right, let's see who else we have. Oh man, we have some new guys coming in. All right. So we have C219 Troll. Good to see you back. Good to see you back. What's up? Oh, let me see. Yeah, I brought it up. What's up, Money? All right. What's up? What's up? All right. Oh, and this is he's pretty good out there on the water, guys. He's a tournament crappie fisherman. So he's pulling in some checks. And man, I got to tell you, sometimes when I'm out here with this Mega Live, I'm seeing those schools of crappie, and it is hard to not try to catch 1 or 2 after watching some of you guys catch all those crappie when we're out here struggling and working hard trying to catch 1 bass. You know what I mean? You guys out there pulling 10, 20 crappie out of the lake. Kind of makes you want to switch up sometimes. Nah, I can't do it. Got to stick to bass fishing. All right, let's see who else we have coming in. We have Northwest Drifter. Let's see. What's up, Money? What's going on? Appreciate you stopping back. Uh-oh. And who do we have? Somebody somebody that I actually went to high school with. Nice that you found the channel. Really appreciate you stopping by. Really appreciate it. So hey, maybe we need to get together and hit the lake again. Back in the day, Marcus Samuels, we went out and we back when I used to do a lot of striper fishing, we went and caught some striper out here on Lake Lanier. So those stripers get pretty big out here. It was a really good time. But hey, appreciate you joining the live stream. All right, let's see who else we have. Needs watches says, I would wear that hat anywhere. That is a smooth logo. All right, appreciate it. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I plan on getting the hats, some hoodies, even though it's kind of warming up now, so that's not something that we may necessarily need right now, but definitely some t-shirts, just things like that, something can add to your fishing wardrobe. You never know, it might help you catch some more fish too. All right, let's see who else we have stepping in here. All right, we have Joe Smith cranking right now. Yep, that crankbait for the spring. That's a really good bait to get out there and get some action with. All right, let's see. Thomas is back. Yes, sir. All right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right, let's see what Mark Scott has to say. Now, wait a minute. I caught 7 bass Sunday in 48-degree water. Yes, he did. He hit me up on Instagram, and those were some nice fish. And hey, guys, he has some great screenshots of his Mega Live system. He has definitely figured out how to dial it in. And if he's available, maybe I'll be able to pull him up in a few minutes and we can hear firsthand about his experience out on the water. All right. And before we go ahead and get into it, let's see who else we have coming up. Joe Smith, 5 pound for that 7 fish. All right. All right. Good day. Good day on the water, guys. All right. So make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. If by chance some of you guys have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and be sure to share these videos so that we can continue to grow. The bigger the community gets, the more we'll be able to help each other out. All right, so with today's video, what I wanted to talk about was something someone mentioned in the last live stream. It was basically just discussing water clarity and how it may or may not affect what you're seeing whenever you're looking at your live imaging screen. The other thing that we're going to talk about is, again, just some quick troubleshooting, because that is something that a lot of guys are still struggling with. And what I have seen is that a lot of that comes from just, I would say, user error, or just not following the instructions through in detail. But let me go ahead and let's just talk about water clarity. So just fresh off of a tournament from this weekend, Lake Eufaula. How many of you guys know about Lake Eufaula? Now, they have some big fish in that lake, but it was tough. And there was also another tournament on that lake. So it's pretty much like you had to wait your turn just about any point any, cove or anything like that that you wanted to fish. So it was kind of like a little carousel. Everybody had to wait their turn to get in there. But I was able to pull off a first place finish, guys. It was tough, but hey, I was able to make it happen. So the thing about this lake, the water was very muddy. It was stained. Even when I tried to get away from that, I still ran into stained water. So I want to pull up this video clip. This is going to be from Lake Lanier, and this will show you guys as far as the visibility. Go ahead and add this in here. So as far as the visibility, what it'll show you is on this lake, the water clarity sometimes can be 10 feet, 20 feet. I mean, you can see a lot a distance on this lake. So as far as any type of clutter and things like that on the lake, let me just pull up this video and show you guys. Let me just turn the volume down on here. Just some how clear this lake is. All right, let me just slide through here real quick. And I will put a link to this video in the description once the live stream is over. So if anybody wants to go back and watch this full video, it is a good video if you wanted to see some good screenshots of the Mega Live out on the water and some great fish catches, guys. All right, let me go ahead and pull it back up again. 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, and all I'm going to do is just scroll to a part where you can actually see how clear the water is on here. And then we're just going to compare that to the tournament that I fished this weekend on. There we go. So you can kind of see that greenish, that clear greenish tint to this water right here. So the distance that you can see with the Mega Live system, anyone that was concerned about how the water clarity may affect it, I just wanted to show you this first. Let me go to a part where you can actually see the screen and just show you how clear the screen is set up. And again, you can kind of see the screen down there in the corner, but there's no clutter. Everything looks clear. And this is with clear water. So that is something that is to be expected. So let me go ahead and stop this one and bring up this other clip. Now, this clip is going to be from Lake Eufaula. Now, look at the difference in the watercolor. That water is very stained. And there was actually water that was a lot more stained than this right here. But I would say that is stained to muddy water, something like that. And then let me just play this out so you guys can take a look at it. So I'm watching and I'm seeing some fish on the screen, casting out to them, catching them that way. So again, look at the water clarity right there. That water is pretty stained. Has a nice brown tint to it, but still able to pull fish out of it. Now let me bring up the screen that will show you the, here we go. Now this will show you the actual screen where you can see the, see how well you can actually see what you're looking at. All right, here we go. All right, so just kind of look down there and you see that Mega Live screen. It pretty much looks the same that it did on that first clip of Lake Lanier. So even though that water is a lot more stained than what Lake Lanier is, which is known to be a clear lake, you can still see the fish, the cover, the structure, and everything without any issues. So I just wanted to answer that question for you guys and just show you these few clips just so you can see that firsthand. And that was my experience whenever I was out on the lake. All right, let me go ahead and just pull up and see if anybody has any other questions or anything. Let me see. All right, we have Joe Smith. All right, so this is from Instagram, a conversation I had. So Mark Scott is Joe Smith's dad. Okay, so it was you and Mark that were out on the lake catching those fish. All right, then Mark Scott says, go ahead and pull this back up. Mark Scott says, congrats. All right, really appreciate it. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it was a tough day on the lake, guys. And pulling off that first place on that one was It was something. And that video will be coming out. Hopefully, I'll have that up for you guys sometime this week. And I have some great footage of just running the lake wide open in that Nitro Z20, 250 horsepower on the back, wide open, full speed, just running straight down Lake Eufaula. And it was taking those waves pretty good, guys. That'll be some very good footage for you guys to take a look at. So hopefully I'll get the tournament video uploaded this week. And also I'll put in some of those clips of just running the lake. So if anybody's interested in that. All right. C219 Troll says, congrats. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know last week he had a first place finish as well. What lake was that? Was it Clark's Hill? I think that was on Clark's Hill. All right. Let's see what Thomas has to say. Still having trouble with my Mega Live. Cannot seem to get rid of the rings and graininess. So I did experience that a little bit. And I think I can't remember if we were going back and forth and on Instagram also, but sometimes that may be due to the way the wiring is, the proximity of the wiring is, and just the interference that comes from the power cables being too close to it. And sometimes adding a choke or something like that could take care of that, but maybe you have already tried that. And make sure that even after this video is done, just come back to it later, because guys come back and they get active in the comment section on a regular basis, and someone may answer that question for you that has experienced the exact same thing. I had some rings on mine a little bit, and I noticed it for me when I was more shallow. But since I fish offshore the majority of the time, it hasn't really been something that I have seen as an issue to that has been affecting me. All right. So Ed Scott says you need a better wire harness, probably. And I have heard that some people get that C-Clear harness, and I've heard that's kind of expensive depending on what your budget is. So some guys have actually gone and just bought the 8-gauge wire themselves, and just put the harness together themselves and ran it that way. But that is definitely something to look into. And like I said, make sure you stay active in the comments. Always add your questions even after the live stream is over. Just go back and put your question down in the comment section. And even if I don't have the answer to it, there may be a subscriber that has experienced the exact same thing and they can help you out. All right. So we have Darren Pearson. All right. He is a fellow rod bender. He was there at Lake Eufaula getting beat up we had 15 to 20 mile an hour winds with 30-mile-per-hour gusts. And one of those 30-mile-per-hour gusts hit me, guys, while I was out on the lake. Made me feel like a kite out there almost flying off of the boat. All right. And let's see. So C219 Troll says, yeah, Clark's Hill, 15.08 pounds. And that was with crappie, guys. So that is impressive. That would be impressive with with bass, really. But yeah, to see that with crappie, that is a very good bag to come in with. All right. And let's see. We have Roger Bates, ready for another great lesson. Congratulations on it. All right. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the support, guys. And like I said, guys, as you come in, please make sure you hit the like button. Just continue to show some support for the channel and put the message out there that we get together every Tuesday. So if you guys have questions, comments, anything like that, or just want to share your experience out on the water, make sure you join in and let's get active. Let's see. There was something else that I was wanting to talk to you guys about. There was a question. That's what it was. There was somebody that had a question on the channel, and I just wanted to pull that up and just read it out for them. And this way, someone may have the answer to this subscriber's question and may have experienced the exact same issue. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And this is a subscriber to the channel. He may be watching now, but because I know he was in the live stream last week. But his question is, for some reason, I'm getting failed on my screen when I'm uploading the update version on my Solix. So he has a Solix system, and I do kind of remember someone mentioning something like this before. I used a new 32 gig SD card and tried a 16 gig card. So he did swap the cards up to make sure the issue was not with the card, which is a great thing. And my unit is running 1.14 version, and the latest update on the Solix was successful. So he was able to update his unit first, which is something that you need to do, and just can't get the 1.150 version to upload. Any help would be greatly appreciated. So if any of you guys have experience with the Solix unit, please get active in the comment section and just try to help him out. And guys, what I always say is, regardless of what someone says when they're giving you advice, make sure you have followed and read the instructions line by line whenever you're doing these updates. If they are done incorrectly at times, it can make your system lock up, or it won't. You will have to actually send it back into Humminbird support and have them fix it, and then they would have to send it back to you. You don't want that to happen. So make sure you follow the instructions for you on your own first, and then if you need any additional tips or anything from there, then just go that route. That is my suggestion, to just make sure that you don't run into those type of issues. All right, so I'm going to try something new, guys. I'm going to drop the link in here, and someone from my Instagram, I believe it was either Joe Smith or Mark Scott that I had talked to, and maybe one or two other subscribers. But let me see. Let me go ahead and see if I can drop this link in here. 1 second, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to drop this link. It will be in the comments. So if you click on this link, then I will be able to pull you up, and then we can just have a quick discussion about your experience with using the live system, and just share your experience out on the water with the guys. All right, let's see. Let me just bring up one or two more questions real quick first. Let me see. All right, Northwest Drister says the interference rings could be coming from the 2D sonar pinging if you have one close to the mega transducer. Turn off the 2D and see if that clears it up. Yes, that is definitely something that you want to check. That could be a possible fix for you. All right, and let's see what Thomas says. I'm running mega imaging on its own 10 gauge. Graphs and 5-port are ran through boat's harness of 8 gauge. I tried turning off all the sonar on the boat. All right, I kind of figured that if you have got to this point, you've probably tried all of that. So I'm just looking to see if maybe somebody will have some additional tips. You just never know. Maybe it'll help you out, because a lot of guys actually do watch these live streams even after they're not live anymore and they are just uploaded. People still come back and watch those. So maybe someone at some point will have the answer to your question. So if you, after this live stream is over, if you take that exact same question and put it up on the screen, put it in the comment section, then someone may answer it. And if they do, then you will receive a notification that someone replied to you. All right, let me go ahead and pull this down. All right, guys, let's go ahead and try something new. See how this works. All right, we have Mark Scott. Can everybody see Mark? Hear Mark okay? How's everything looking, guys?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you.
Same here.
All right, so so you hit me up on Instagram. So I guess, was it you and your son that were out on the lake?
Oh, just a minute, Brian. I got double talk.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you have to turn off YouTube and just use the just have this one screen on with just us on it, and then that'll get rid of that
Yes,
crosstalk.
yeah, yep, yeah, we were both off there.
You got it? Okay. All right. Everything sounded good for you now?
Okay, I'm trying to turn off YouTube.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Just bear with us, guys. This is our first time bringing somebody up, so let's just try to get all the little everything dialed in. All right.
Okay, I think I got you, Brian.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right, appreciate you joining the live stream. Those were some nice video shots that you had on that you sent to me on Instagram. And I also saw that you were on Facebook. You're in like a Facebook group and put some information in there also. Right. Okay. All right, so yeah, just tell me about that day, because you said that you found those were some nice fish that you had. Guys, I wish I could pull up the pictures for you guys, but yeah, just give us some information about it, Scott, and how you started off with your Mega Live and how you were able to get it dialed in that way.
Well, they were talking about rings on the grass
Right.
And what I did there was I turned off the ping on my 2D on the trolling motor,
Mm-hmm.
and I run the ping on the rear transducer of the boat. So
Okay.
that helps a lot with the rings.
Okay.
But I'm the one that also put the C Clear harness on.
Right. Right. You did mention
Right.
that.
And when I did that, it helped out a lot. But the
Okay.
biggest thing
Gotcha.
is we were fishing really shallow, and what happened was um, I was out too far. And I talked to you last week
Right.
about
Right.
the problems I was having in shallow water.
Right.
And the biggest thing that helped was I went from 70 feet out to 40 feet out.
Oh,
And that
yes, that
made
would
all the
definitely help.
difference in the world.
Gotcha.
But I
Okay.
think that was a very, very big help. But you know that tire reef that I showed you on my
Right.
360?
Yeah, those tires, because yeah, you saw the tires on
Right.
that 360, and then I guess
I
you
could
turned your
actually
Mega Live
see
over to that.
the fish swimming around those tires. It was awesome to watch.
Gotcha. So, and you said you caught one or two of those fish that you saw swimming around the tires,
Yeah,
right?
I think three of the fish come off those tires and the rest of them come out in deeper water. Right.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, so I'll try to find the a direct link to that Facebook post that you put, and I'll put that down in the description also, so that way the guys can actually click on that and they can go straight to it because you have some nice screenshots on there, and that's I guess that's your son holding up that nice largemouth on there, right?
The 5 pounder, yeah, he caught that. He caught that with 1.5 square bill.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. So if anybody else wants to come up, I'll put this link in there again. So if anybody else wants to come up, I'll go ahead and put that in there. And whenever you come up, it'll just put you in the waiting room, and I'll be able to see you in there to be able to pull you up. So as far as getting it dialed in, do you think that that was one of the main issues you were having, as far as the just the interference part of it? Because we did
Yeah.
talk go back and forth and just kind of exchange some information about some different settings and things like that to try, right?
I think the bit for me, I truly believe that sea clear harness straightened everything out for me.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that is definitely good to know. So what is the price of that? Because some people were saying that it was kind of expensive.
Between $300 and $400.
Whoo, between
Yeah, it's
three and four.
pricey.
Okay. I got you.
But
So
you know
that's
what?
why they were saying that.
Me and my son were both talking about this. And
Yeah,
you stop and think about it. You got $10,000 sitting on the front of your bass boat.
that's right.
$400 was the cheapest thing I put on there to straighten all that out. So to me, it was worth every penny.
Oh yeah, I mean, because once you get out there, really in the end, it's all about your time management and what type of
Right,
results that you want on the lake. Because especially if you're a tournament fishing and you have some money on the line, then hey, you gotta spend a little money to make some money sometimes. And if you're out there fun fishing, I mean, maybe you're out there like you were with your son or with your
right,
grandkids or something like that. So you want to make that experience the best that you can and get the most out of it. And so for me, with us being in a in a form or a format like this where we can actually share information, it's about, to me, making sure that everybody else is out there getting the best, making the best out of the time that they
right,
have out on the water. Because hey, I mean,
right,
some guys, the most that they can get out of it is watching us, because they may have some type of health issues and things like that. And so I have some subscribers, that may have some health issues, but and they're not able to get out on the water, so they're kind of living vicariously through us. So
right.
let's go ahead and do the best we can, give them a good show, guys, and share our good experiences. And then, they're like, man, I had a time like that too. And it's just a good time for everybody.
Now, Ryan, I will tell you, my sensitivity was at 20, where you told me to put it.
Okay.
My contrast was at 6. My dynamic contrast was at 2. And
Right.
my noise rejection was at 0.
Okay. Noise rejection is 0. Okay. Yeah. So I haven't
Right.
really played around with the noise rejection too much, but yeah, that's something definitely to look into.
But I
All
could see
right.
my Ned rig coming across the bottom 30 feet out. And I watched the bass go down and look at it.
Gotcha.
And then I
Yeah.
popped it one time and I saw it hop across the bottom. And he came and looked at it again and he turned around and went off. But it was really awesome to watch.
Right. Yeah. And another thing that I think that surprises a lot of people whenever they start getting these things dialed in, is how close that the fish are whenever you're actually catching them. You're not catching those
Right.
fish out at 100 feet, 90 feet, 80 feet. most of those fish are coming within 30, 40 feet, 50 feet, somewhere within that range, sometimes in the 20 feet away from the boat, which really is not that far whenever you are actually able to see that actually happen live like you are with using live imaging.
Right. Hey, Ryan, it was a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you coming up. And I appreciate you supporting the channel. Definitely, definitely. And look forward to seeing you on the next one.
All right, I sure I will. I'll get this figured out where I'm not hearing two voices. I'll get all that figured out by then.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
All right. See you later. All right, guys. Let me drop this link in here again. Hold on 1 second. All right. So if anybody else wants to come up, let me just go through and read a few of these other comments real quick. See who else we have that has come into the live stream. All right. All right. And we have Wisconsin Walleye says, did you use the choke? No, I actually have not used the choke, and I did not put my switch on there yet because I do have a Perco switch, so I'm able to turn power off to everything. But one thing to keep in mind, and for example, this weekend after I came off the water, I had to leave my live well running, so I wasn't able to turn that Perco switch off. So having that switch on there would have allowed me to turn my Mega Live off while leaving the other things running on the boat. So that switch is definitely something that is needed. The choke, you can get away with not running that choke as long as you're not getting interference from your boat charges or anything like that. But as always, guys, make sure you follow the instructions first, and then anything someone tells you, at least you will know the information that is recommended versus what someone is telling you from their opinion. So the manual, it gives you the information on when to use the choke and when not to. So that's always something to go by. But no, I did not install the choke on mine. All right, and let's see. Thomas says, yes, choke is on the charger cable as the Mega Live instructions state. All right, yep. So you want to make sure you follow those instructions if you need that. All right, let's see who else we have. All right, we have another long-time supporter of the channel. Joey TRX20 of TR21X says, just saying hey, enjoying the feed at Russell Saturday. Need 5 big ones. Good luck. Good luck next time on the water. Yes, Lake Russell. Man, we were supposed to be at Lake Russell, I think last month, but that's when those storms were coming through. So our tournament got canceled, and there was another tournament that was supposed to be coming out of Russell, and that one got canceled also. But yeah, Lake Russell, that is definitely a good lake. And that is an excellent lake to use live imaging on. It's a clear lake. You can catch those fish shallow. You can catch them offshore. Just however you like to fish, Lake Russell will have it for you. So that's why that's one of my favorite lakes to fish. All right. And let's see. We have Michael Graham says, I turned the dynamic contrast to the high setting and it cleared up my screen some. So yeah, so you definitely want to go back and forth with those settings. And what I've noticed is, even though you may have everything dialed in and set a certain way on one trip, when you go out there on the next trip, you may need to adjust that a little bit to kind of get things dialed in. And if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know I don't always take the time to dial everything completely in. Once I get to the point where I can see the fish, the structure, the cover, or whatever I need to see, and I can differentiate between the different things that I'm seeing, then I'm good from there. I don't necessarily take the time to keep tweaking it and tweaking it to get those great pictures that people like to brag about. Sometimes I do whenever I'm doing a video, maybe, but for the most part, whenever I'm out there practicing pre-fishing, I don't really take the time to do that because I'm more focused on locating that structure and cover that I need for the tournament that may be coming up. All right, let's see who else we have in the chat room. Okay, guys. All right. We have some new fellas stepping in. All right. Brandon Young says, does the Mega Live help with the Mega 360 on targeting your fish? Great question. And guys, that is going to be the focus of next week's live stream on Tuesday at 8 p.m. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. I will have more footage next week on that one. And basically, it will just be going over the 360 compared to the Mega Live, and if you have both, how those are a killer combination. But to answer your question, does the Mega Live help with the Mega 360 on targeting your fish? Yes, definitely yes. So you do want to run those, both of those, if you're able to do that. All right, let's see. Let's see who we have, guys. We have Chicken Hawk has stepped into my live stream again to harass me. Let's see what he says. MVP is here. MVP. I think he's thinking that he can do something out on the lake. So we're gonna have to settle. We're gonna have to settle something out on the lake with Chicken Hawk one of these days, guys. All right, and let's see what else he says. June can't get here fast enough. All right, so I'm supposed to be meeting Chicken Hawk on, I think it's Logan Martin in June. So we're gonna have to settle a few things out there because he seems to think that doesn't mean something. But I'm gonna have to teach him a few things when we meet down there on Logan Martin, guys. We're gonna have a good time down there. So that video will be coming out after I go down there and have to do what I do to him. So we'll have some fun with that. All right, guys. I'll put this link in here again. If anybody wants to hop in on I can pull you up on the screen. And if there's a certain topic that you want to talk about, mainly what we're looking at is we were talking about the Mega Live system, dealing with the water clarity, and if you're having any type of troubleshooting issues and dialing it in. Those are kind of the things that we're talking about. But if there's something else that you think may be of interest to the guys, feel free to click on that link that I just put in the chat room, and I will be able to pull you up. So we'll just do this for a few more minutes, guys. Like I said, this is not going to be a long live stream this time. Let's see. Let me remove that. All right. So let me move this real quick. And we have another question here from Thomas. So y'all think C Clear is worth it? And I can tell you this, one of the guys in the club this past weekend, he did mention it, where one guy actually took the time to look at one of the harnesses and make it himself. The other guy was like, hey, the time and effort and all of that goes into that, he rather just pay the funds and know that it's done correctly. And he went ahead and invested in it. He said that it's definitely worth it to him. In the same way that Mark was saying earlier, your time and versus the amount of money that you have already invested into your boat, your electronics, all of these things. And if you're fishing tournaments, your hotel stay, your lures, your gas, all of that, to get to a place and have some interference issues where you could have spent a few $100s and not even have those issues, then to me, that would make that worth it. But we always got to keep in mind, we never know what each other's budget is for certain things. So, and there's some guys answering your question down in the comment section. So it's just definitely something to keep in mind. I do not have that C Clear harness, but I hear good things about it. All right, let's see who else we have. We have Country Boy Fishing. The logo is dope. I appreciate it. All right, that is another guy that has fished with us. Country Boy Fishing. You guys need to check him out. And let's see. Mark Scott says, yes, for me, it was absolutely worth it. And like I said, the guys that have went ahead and moved forward with that C Clear harness, I haven't heard any bad things about it. It's just the cost effectiveness of it. So if that's in your budget, then it sounds like that is definitely something that is helping people out a lot. All right, guys, let's see who else we have coming into the live stream. We have Desean Peck. What is going on? What's going
up,
on,
my man? How's it going?
All right, it's going great. I am glad that you decided to drop in. Let me go ahead and pull this comment down real quick. So what's been going on? I know you have that Mega Live system. You have your own YouTube channel too. And what's your YouTube channel? Go ahead and shout it out real quick so the guys can check it out.
Well, it's just my name right now, Desean Peck.
All right.
You can look me up on Instagram, DL Peck Fishing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You
I appreciate the plugin.
All right, no problem. And you tournament fish also, right?
I do. I'm here in Texas, the Colony Bass Club. So,
Oh
we
man, you're
do.
in Texas, so you see those 8, 9, and 10 pounders out there, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. If you don't lose them.
I hear that. I hear that.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your win. First of all, that's
Oh, hey, I appreciate it. You ever been to Lake Eufaula?
no, I see it all the time, and I think that's near the Humminbird corporate office too,
Yeah,
as well, right?
definitely. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
right
yeah.
down the street. Yep.
It looks like a good looking lake, and it's a dream of mine to go down there and fish one day.
Yeah, but man, the timing has to be right. This past weekend, it was nothing nice. I mean, the tournament that was out there I mean, they had a lot of boats, and from what I heard, first place had 18 pounds, second place had like 12 pounds after day one. The first
Wow,
place co-angler had 6 pounds. So
wow,
I
wow.
mean, it was a cold front that came through. The winds were 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and the water, if you saw the beginning of this video
Yeah,
where
I
I
did.
was at, that was considered clear water on that lake.
Wow, wow,
Yeah, on
wow,
Eufaula at
wow,
that
wow,
time. But it's not
wow.
always like that though. That's why I was saying you got to get the timing right, because you go down there at the wrong time, it'll hurt your feelings bad.
Absolutely,
Yeah, it'll
absolutely.
beat your boat up too. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how have you been doing with that live system? Because I know you had got that and did a video of your unboxing and getting it set up and everything.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, it's going pretty good actually. One of the things is, we fish so many different lakes and so many different tournament trails. All these lakes, I mean, some of the water clarity varies throughout,
Right.
each lake. And so there's not a one setting fits all. That's been my experience. Maybe it is.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
so, I mean, every lake, if you're not pre-fishing it, then you're spending a lot of time up front trying to get it dialed in before the tournament start or whatever the case may be. So that's
Right.
been a challenge for me. But I tell you, I really enjoy it because you don't necessarily have to have that clean, crisp image. I mean, for
Exactly.
me, most of the time, especially in conjunction with the 360, I just need to know if the fish are there and if
There
they're
you go.
moving.
That's it. That's
I
it.
don't have to see the fin and the gills.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how it is for me. But I mean, for the most part, I think I want to do some more videos of my own experience, and that's just going to take me being, spending more time on the water with the system
Right.
itself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. And I think that's one of the things. Like before, guys that don't have it and guys that are just getting a live imaging and they're seeing everybody going back and forth. Well, I can see the fish's fin and I can see this and see that. It
Right.
it kind of, to me, I think is putting people in the mindset that you have to have
Absolutely.
image to where you can see the eyeball and which way the fish is looking and all that stuff, because
Exactly.
you can see the direction that they're swimming and everything. So I
Right.
think it kind of gets to the point where guys are more focused on that than actually understanding what it is that they're seeing on the screen. Because
Absolutely.
like you said, once you see that structure on that 360 and you confirm that that fish is over there with that mega live,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
hey, what
It's only time.
what else do you
It's only
need?
time.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's
So
it.
I think someone had made a comment and you've addressed it. Having that 360 in that mega live is just, I
Right.
mean, it's beautiful. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, so next week, that's what I'll do. I'll have screenshots and different things like that all set up. So I have more images and things like that for the guys to take a look at, and that'll be a discussion that we have, because that's definitely, something that people ask as far as which one would you pick and do you need both of them together, those type of things. So discussing the differences and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right,
Well,
so
man,
yeah.
I appreciate you, putting me on tonight.
Yeah, yeah. It's good to finally meet you. I mean, I've
Absolutely.
been seeing you in the comments and everything
Right,
I mean,
right,
it's been
right.
quite a while. So I appreciate you supporting the channel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like what you're doing. Great format. Keep up the great work, man.
All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate
All
it. And I'll
right.
see you next week.
All right. We'll see you,
All right.
buddy.
All
All right.
right.
Take care.
Appreciate it. All
All right.
right.
Bye.
All right, guys. Let's see. Does anybody else want to hop up? Let's see. We've been on for about 45 minutes now. So I guess we'll go ahead and I guess at the end of this video, what I'll do, just in case someone does come on later and watch the live stream, I will play this video clip where I actually show you how to restore the defaults, because that is something that can correct some of the issues. Even whenever someone's having issues with getting their system dialed in, sometimes if you restore those defaults and just start back over from scratch, it just clears up some things and it will help you go back and just start from the beginning with your sensitivity, contrast, dynamic contrast, noise rejection. Those are the things that you want to take a look at. So I'll go ahead and bring that up. It doesn't look like anybody else is coming into the back, so I'll go ahead and bring this up now. And let's just go ahead and take a look at this. This is something that hopefully will help some guys out. So I'll go ahead and play this again.
Say that they're having. So one of those issues is, if you look on this screen, this is directly after the 1.150 update, how my screen looked. And I have been out using it, of course, as you guys have seen on the previous videos, and it did not have all of this noise on the screen. So this is the G4N 12-inch unit right here. So what we're gonna do is just let these go ahead and boot up and let these connect. So just waiting for this Mega Live to connect on here. And we're just gonna restore the default settings and see if that will go ahead and clear this up for us, guys. And also the other issue that it will clear up is, if you've seen some people's screen will just automatically turn and just go vertical, where the bottom of the lake will just be pointing straight up and down. I'll show you a quick little video where I was in a tournament and that situation happened to me. And what I did in that instance is I turned all of my electronics off and also turned my Perco switch off, so that there was no power going to anything. Then I turned everything back on, and that cleared it up for me. But this other thing that we're about to do is a way to fix that. So let's see, this Mega Live, we're just waiting for it to connect. Let's go ahead and see if it's connected yet. All right, so it hasn't connected yet. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes for that. And like I said, we're just waiting right here for this Mega Live to just say connected. And then that way we know this 12 will show the live imaging also. And then we will go ahead and walk through these steps for you guys. All right, so it's connected now. So from here, what we do is just go to the Mega Live screen. And as you can see, it has all of that noise and everything on the screen. All right, so let's go to, hit menu twice. And we're gonna head over to the accessories tab and go down to Mega Live. Hit the right arrow key, and here you will see restore Mega Live settings. So before we restore Mega Live settings, what I would suggest you do is go ahead and take a picture of each one of your screens that are going to be reset, so that you will know what your settings were if you want to keep those settings. So let's just go through these real quick. So interference rejection, I have that on low. Boat icon is off. Overlay waypoints on. Mega Live installation, now let's go to that. Hit the right arrow key, and the installation depth is currently on 0, but that should be on 2. My port starboard installation is on starboard, because that is the side that my transducer sits on, which is the right side whenever we're facing out this way. So my transducer sits on this side. Some of you guys may have it on the other side, so you want to put that on port. Use AHRS, and I have that on pitch and roll. All right, so let's exit out of here. Go down to restore. All right, so we can go back out of here. And all we're doing, guys, is just making note of all of the settings that have to do with Mega Live imaging. So that is within that menu. There were just a few settings in there that we actually changed. So like I said, make note of that. So this was one. Hitting this right arrow key takes you to screen number 2. Backing back out of here. Let's go back to, let's see, just make sure we're not forgetting anything, guys. And you just want to make sure your user mode is on custom. All right, let's see. Just double checking everything, guys. Never hurts. All right, so now we just go back into the regular menu and just make note of this, all of what your settings are on. So you have this on auto. Well, I have this on pinging on. Mega Live is on auto, sensitivity 20, contrast 7. So you guys can just take a look at all of that down here. All right. All right, so those are all of those settings there. Now let's back out of here. And now we're going to go ahead and hit the menu button twice again and go back over to that accessory tab. Go down to Mega Live, and restore Mega Live settings. Reset all Mega Live settings to factory default, and let's hit yes. And after this, we're going to reboot the system and see if that clears that up for us, guys.
All right, so let me just go ahead and stop it right there. So basically, at that point, all you do is just go ahead and reboot the systems, let everything come up, and start from there with your sensitivity at 15, contrast at around 7, and your dynamic contrast on either 1 or 2, and just kind of tweak it from there just to make sure you get your system dialed in. Just wanted to put that at the end of this live stream just in case someone does need that information. They can always just kind of scroll all the way to the end, get to that information that they need to restore those defaults, and just fix some issues, some common issues that may pop up with your units. All right, guys. Looks like there are no more questions. I really appreciate you guys continuing to support the channel. Make sure if you did not hit the like button on your way in, make sure you hit it on the way out. And as always, I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you tune in for next Tuesday's live stream, and I'll be dropping a few videos throughout the week. Make sure you always get active in the comments. Just continue to show support for the channel. I appreciate it, guys, and I will see you on the next one.